almost did it perfect today. Audio might be a little off there for a second. But good morning to everybody. Thanks again for tuning in to another pre-market watch list. We're going to be running things down here in just a second. I can't say that anything too crazy has happened overnight, but I'm sure maybe some of you guys heard that some high-profile people on Twitter had their accounts hacked, and it was saying something about doubling Bitcoin. I swear, these Bitcoin people that want to scam people out of money for like Bitcoin, they're everywhere. I swear to gosh, they are. If a nuclear bomb went off across the whole entire planet, I can assure you they would be the only humans left standing. Those guys that try to get people with Bitcoin. I don't know where they come from, how they exist, but they will probably find a way to outlast a complete nuclear explosion over the whole entire world. I don't know. But anyways, so that was some interesting, weird stuff that happened last night. Twitter stock did end up dropping from it. It looks like it's recovered, so I wouldn't feed into that too much, okay? But I thought it was interesting, right? I thought it was pretty funny. But anywho, sorry about that for getting on a little bit later here. It has been a little awkward of a morning. Yesterday, my internet started lagging, so I had to kind of end my workday earlier. Pretty much didn't do too much work yesterday. And then I just said the hell with it. Woke up this morning, reset the modem. Everything's back online, and we are working properly. So that's good news. Okay, now, where are we going to kickstart today? We are going to start today off with, I think, the SPY. We're going to start with the market, okay? And I'm not just saying the SPY because, well, you know, it's the best. I'm just particularly looking at it because it's a very good, starting point for a daily analysis, okay? Now, I'm going to clean this chart up. I need to get this out of here. Take that off and take off news. We're going to shrink this down. Now, something we're going to do is you see this here, this whatever I just pulled up, and it has all this green and red in there. That is a custom volume scanner system we use, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove that for a second, and I want you guys to pay close attention. Now, this is something I seen the other day. I don't believe I've mentioned it to you yet. You know, the market keeps going up, okay? It does. There's no debate about whether or not the market has been going up, okay? The question remains, will it continue to go up? That's the only question that pretty much anyone's concerned about. It's not whether or not it has been, it's will it continue? And I can't tell you I know what the future holds, but there's one thing I can show you that might give us an idea about what the future may hold. So, though we've been going up and we keep going up over the past couple weeks, there's something that just doesn't sit right with me. And when I look at this chart, now this is the regular volume that like any stock chart would typically have, or any broker would probably have a setting to see volume like this. So there's nothing that's like custom about this. But something that we do when we're studying volume or we're looking at volume, and I'm probably going to make a video about this maybe today, but not tomorrow for sure. I won't be around. Is if you look at the volume here this is a yearly chart. This is the S&P 500 ETF. You can see that the volume in terms of red to green, right? If we look at green volume and red volume, you can see over the past couple weeks, it appears that there's more red volume. Not that in terms of frequency. There might be. I don't know for sure. We could count. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 red here, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So 11 green, 14 red. So frequency of red days is higher than the frequency of green days over the past, I don't know, was 6, whatever that is, 7. So almost like a month. So almost the past month of trading, we've had, 14 red, 11 green. Now also, regardless of frequency, do you notice that pretty much from the start of these two big red ones here, we have never seen a green candle volume higher than the previous red? So look at green is not higher than previous red. And I'll zoom in some more on it, okay? Go down, right? Green does not beat the previous red. New red. Green does not beat previous red. More red. New green. Green does not beat previous red. Red. Green does not beat previous red. Green does not beat previous red. Red. Green does not beat previous red. Red. Green does... So you can see there has not been one occurrence over the past month that once we've had a green day, that the volume has superseded the previous red trading day. That is a very interesting sign, okay? That can give us an indication that there's overall more selling activity taking place over the last month than there's actually buying activity. So even though we're going up and things look ho-hum, all beautiful, warm, and cozy inside, in the inner workings, it appears that there's actually more selling volume taking place, okay? And now that is also why we built our custom volume system, when I put it back on here, so that we can see with a little bit more detail what that looks like on a day-to-day basis. Okay, so like on this day, yeah, you know, we definitely had more selling volume, right? More selling volume, more selling activity, selling activity, selling activity. So even though, like, you know, it appears that, and now the other thing is we track the green days, right? The green days are, you know, practically all buying volume. So I just wanted to point that out, that there is a little bit of interesting divergence we're getting in terms of some of the charting here. Now, for what it's worth, I wanted to show that to you. It is interesting. So for today, when we look at the S&P, right now we are trailing down. The trend for the past day is downwards for the time being. I don't really see markets moving below 318.52. If they do, that could tell us that we might be shifting trend a little bit. But pretty much we got supports down as low as 318. We don't see the markets going below. And then we also have a potential support here from yesterday, pretty much off the double bottom, and we'll see if that holds. So for what it's worth, we'll be keeping an eye on the SPY for maybe a long out of the gates, then maybe followed by some sort of sell-off activity. Okay. Is it possible people are adjusting toward the Fed money? Maybe you're saying adjusting. I don't know what you're asking. But yeah, Matthew, I can't really re-ask the question. I wouldn't mind asking it or answering it. I just can't really wrap my head around how I should answer that. So maybe rephrase it. Okay, so that's the SPY. Now what we can do here is we can go over to what was it? Honestly, there wasn't a whole lot that I saw moving this morning. I know some people are like, oh, what about this? What about that? The custom volume system's on our website, so you'll have to go to boilerroomtrading.com. It's called the Ultimate Volume System. So just go to boilerroomtrading.com, homepage, it will be available there. What I want to do is pull up actually the scanner so I can just take a look at a couple things here. So there are a few price overrules selling versus buying. No, it doesn't. It doesn't, because selling and buying actually dictates price movement. So, but anyways, you're right. But no matter what, the most important thing is price. You're absolutely right. Am I playing Netflix earnings today? Probably going to take a peek at it. I'm not going to trade it after hours. I basically just trade it once the report comes out. So after it comes out, we'll see what happens, and then we'll just basically go from there. Okay. What I want to show you guys here is DVAX. This just popped on the scanner, so this could be something good. Again, there wasn't a whole lot I was looking at this morning. I had a late start to today because of internet issues. DVAX just popped up. It probably just received some sort of news. Or maybe it's a technical breakout. So really no news from today. So it's all technical, which is the 4-hour trend wedge is breaking here over that standard deviation mark. Okay, so you can see right now DVAX has a little wedge pattern that just broke up and out of our deviation resistance here at about 953, and it's popping. Can't say this is going to continue to be good. I probably would stay away from trading this for the time being, I think, myself. So DVX probably not going to be a good one for now. LGHL, this is also interesting. Oh, this was a recent IPO. I'm going to stay away from that one myself. Okay. Yeah, I can check BILI for you. I'll pretty much check any stock that you guys want to look at this morning. Again, like I said, there really isn't anything that I was watching today that seemed all that good for me. BILI, actually, so that sold off all the way from the 52s down to the 40s. Yearly chart is down. I wouldn't mind seeing BILI all the way down to about 36.90. That would be cool. But right now, BILI is currently trading at 40, which is a level. I mean, at the end of the day, you're starting to get back into where you would consider BILI a long for a reversal. That's it. So it gapped down quite a bit today. I think it can go a little lower, but as a whole, right? Think about it, right? You were on the low side, then you were on the high side. Now we're back to the middle point. So we went from low, we went to high, we're back to normal, probably bounce. That's just kind of the way you usually don't go from low all the way to high, back to the middle, and then down to a low without a bounce, right? It's usually low, high, down, bounce, lower, high, down, lower, right? Or consolidate, then up higher. So there's always usually a bounce in there. So we're probably getting close to one on BILI. So I keep watching it. Like I said, you have a level here at like 40.24. We could see it as low as 37.16. Pretty much put it this way. This whole level zone is support. Anywhere from like 36 up is support. Okay? You have your 50 moving average, you have your 50 simple moving average, you have your 4-hour regression trend, you have your 4-hour half standard deviation, and then you go to the daily chart. When you go to the daily chart, then you have what else? You have your daily chart regression trend there. So there's a lot of things all kind of lining up at this 37, 38, 36 price that arguably makes it a good bounce point. Well, we're already in a recession currently. Is it good to buy at a half standard deviation? It can be. Sometimes it's worth it. It really just all depends on your experience, right? They're all particular levels that can or may not hold, but you know, it just comes down to experience. But yeah, sometimes it can be. I usually don't, but you can see trades off that. Brian, thank you. I appreciate that. Actually, yeah, I did get some good sleep last night. Probably well needed. I've been on like a 2-week stretch of waking up at like 5:30 in the morning every day to work, and so while going to the gym every day, well, not every day, but close to. So it's just, yeah, I've been run down these past couple weeks. So last night I got some good sleep. So maybe that's what's making this face look so beautiful this morning. Oh. All right, I'm gonna do like a quick little lightning thing. I'm gonna run through like just a bunch of stocks you guys are asking questions about. And I know I apologize if it's not we're not more detailed or have any picks for you guys today. Again, like I said, today was a little bit of a late start, so I'm just gonna do my best to run through what you guys have and give you some detailed approach on those. So we're gonna start here with Delta Airlines. Good old Delta, my favorite airline company to fly on. Okay, yesterday they actually moved strong. I will tell you this. I'm usually not a fan of trading stocks that look the way, well, not entirely true, but like I said, like when stocks kind of come from a bottom like this, they make a nice move and then they kind of just ho-hum down sideways. They can be sort of a challenge to understand what's going to happen. And that's where I've been at for the past probably 2 or 3 weeks with Delta, NCLH, AAL, UAL. That's why you haven't seen them on my watch list, because I don't understand them. I just don't. I mean, like I do, but not to an extent that would get me out of bed to want to go trade them. See, Delta, NCLH, UAL, all those airlines, all those things that got smoked initially, yeah, to me, those were all fantastic things to get long on this bottom. Remember when we traded up this bottom? All right, remember we were talking about it? We traded that bottom, and then said watch them short, and then watch a bounce. So pretty much once we got the move up, then the retracement, and then the bounce, and then we started to do this downside trading, the range became tighter, less volatile. So they became a little bit like, so you stop paying attention to them as much. So then you're more susceptible to missing something if it does occur. So I feel like we might be back in a situation where Delta and cruise lines might be picking back up in activity again. So I can't say for sure, but at the end of the day, I did kind of like the way these were starting to trade again. But I'm not sold that these are gonna run. I'm not sold that we're gonna go on another big move, back up. I just don't see it yet. So if you're looking at Delta, the only thing I can say is you have your 9-day moving average at about 27. So down, so pretty much your support levels right now are down as low as like 27, 29. You're currently on support. Your next price target up is about 28.20, and then it's going to be 28.70, all the way as high as 29.11. If you're going to get all the way to 29.11, you would probably need the markets to have a really good bounce and recovery on the day. So Delta, I would be more on the long side of this market to start the day than I would be the short side. The market is in fact uptrending. You can see by the trend it's uptrending, and we're down near the 9 moving average. We're at 1 standard deviation on the downside. The market's opening down, so more susceptible to a bounce. I'd be on the long side. Okay, BOXL. All right, and I'm going to go a little bit quicker now. BOXL. So BOXL was a stock we talked about a couple weeks back, and we're mentioned, you could see a breakout on this one. Sure enough, it did in fact break out. So working pretty well. It's a hard to borrow stock, therefore it means it will it will guarantee crash. So definitely be careful. It's a hard to borrow penny stock, which means that it's probably going to crash. And so we wouldn't hold this for too long. I would say maybe you can get it as high as 368. Yeah, I would say 368 would be kind of a price target you could aim for right now. Maybe 368, okay? Intraday, you're just on trend. So what you'd probably watch for is to see if a pennant occurs here. You want a bullish pennant to occur, which it kind of is. But the issue is it's occurring. Yeah, it's a little untrustworthy. I'll just put it this way: your support on BOXL is down here at like 290. Okay, your resistance all the way up 390, and you're right on trend at 350, 340. I don't see anything here. I mean, I would follow it long bias because that's the way it's trending for now, but that's it. Yeah, you're just looking. You're really looking for a bullish pennant to occur right here, and then successfully break over top of that trend. So you see that? I drew the trend lines here and here, and then this is the trend that you want the price to get back through. And then once you crack that trend, you'll have your breakup. Okay. I can take a quick look here at UAVS. Sure. UAVS $3 stock. That actually looks pretty good. Yeah, if you follow that, I could see that continuing to have a long move. Actually, yeah, UAVS seems decently promising. Yeah, I think UAVS is a pretty good candidate to follow for a long move today. AMD just keeps throwing me for a curveball. It really does, but we'll probably be watching this long bias again today. Like I said, I really think that this whole down move here, I mean, I could be wrong. Again, markets do whatever they want. This is the 9 moving average. So basically, the market is sitting on the 9 moving average. Yeah, we're going to still be following AMD long bias, nonetheless. BKYI was something that I had watched a little bit earlier or had looked at. As you can see, it squeezed all the way out right into the resistance that we had marked off. It's falling down. Yeah, there's really no trade for us here. Again, you can see, right, all those lines, we ran right into our resistance. All those red lines you've seen on the chart, the reason they were there is because I was just overlapping the green line here. So green line was resistance, right? If we put a line here and do something like that, go and look at it, you're going to see it's right there. Dink. So